Remember when the circus used to come to town and a lot of kids wanted to run away and be a part of the circus? Remember that? They was like, man, I want to go with the circus, be a roadie, go travel with the circus. And every time the circus came to town, kids came up missing. This fact, it's in the history books. Every time the circus came around, kids came up missing. And I think about all these big AI facilities that they building. Google and all these other search engines and these tech companies, they building these big, massive like warehouses. And I told somebody, they gonna start mass production of cloning, homie. Remember back in the day in the 60s and 70s, they was talking about cloning and they was like, it's inhumane to clone a human. It should be against the law. Even when it came to animals, they was fighting against that. But now everything has went through and they proceeding forward. And you ask yourself, well, why would they do that? Because they're going to use the clones to control the free thinkers. Once the clones populate the free thinkers, that's when they're going to try to put the free thinkers in some form of slavery. Ain't that deep when you think about it? But that's the direction this shit going in. They showing you that with AI. Byron Allen, the black boy that owned the weather station said, that owned the weather channel said that in the years to come, content will be just as expensive as the most expensive things on the planet. That's going to be like the new gold rush. Content. Like this shit I'm doing now. I'm popping spit, talking shit. When you can show signs of being an intellectual, a free thinker, without nobody plugging you into anything, that's going to be worth something, homie. That's why in the music industry, look how they killed off all them rappers. Pop Smoke, fucking Young Dolph. Look at all the rappers that have been killed or silenced one way or another. And the record labels cashed in on their likeliness with the insurance policies. They get ready to do that to all them niggas because what they do with these social media sites, they gather information, they gather images, and you're going to be able to walk down the street and see somebody that look just like you. And they showed us that in Back to the Future. Remember the one scene when Michael J. Fox was in the town with the cowboys? It was a scene where he was supposed to have like a shootout with this guy, and he seen the guy that looked just like him. That's what they trying to emulate here in real time. Tomorrow came yesterday, young homies. That's why drug use, alcohol, anything that alters one's thinking, one's free thinking, they try to give you. So you won't get the signal of who you really are. Because to be a free thinker and to be free of drugs, to think on your own, that's the currency. That's the elite. You're considered elite if you don't get high and use drugs. That's how they making it in the future. That's why if you smoke cigarettes and do any type of drugs, they put that on your record. Because when you try to get health insurance, life insurance, you got to pay an extra premium, homie. The free thinker, the organic human being is going to be worth something. That's why they building all these facilities, because they cloning people. There's already clones out here that they just ain't telling us about. But imagine walking up on somebody and they know your whole life story based on what you put online. Hey man, I remember so-and-so, and they be talking that shit. You be like, damn, how this nigga know? It's going to be a clone, homie. And you say, why would they do that? Because in order to take a free thinker's mind is order to justify controlling this dimension. See, you gotta have probable cause to do certain things. Like I said, like with Wendy Williams, with the white girl, Britney Spears, what they say, conservativeship, guardianship, where they control their money and say, hey, you ain't of your right frame of mind. You shouldn't be able to be out here on your own and not be a free will, a free thinker. That's what they're going to do with all these black welfare mothers that raise these kids and allow these kids to come out here and create havoc, to rob, steal, and murder people. You're going to be charged for that. Ain't that deep? But it's real, homie. Tomorrow came yesterday. That's why I say that. Because all we doing is catching up to something that already happened. This shit already took place, young homies. So you could alter your reality and alter your future by doing what you need to do. To not get high makes you an elite person. That's why every year they can't wait for the idiots to come out on New Year's Eve and get high, do drugs, to be incoherent, to be wasted. They love when motherfuckers do that because that is frowned upon and used against you. Hey, man, certain things speak for itself. That's why the Jay-Z's, the Beyoncé's, the LeBrons, and all them, oh, they going to be fucked up in the days to come. They going to have to sacrifice something or be sacrificed themselves because everything they do, they swiping a credit card, the black card. That's why I said when Savannah was pregnant with the second son, with Bryce, and we all was out Vegas. It was Savannah, LeBron, Rich Paul, Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Gloria. And they were going to the second club. The first club, we was at the Venetian. That was NBA All-Star Weekend. That year they had it in Vegas. And they was like, Reed, come on, man, go to the next party with us. I said, man, I got to rent a car. And they was like, man, but still, you could go with us. I said, no, I'll meet you there. And I remember when my homie said, man, why you ain't go with him? I said, because I am not on that same path they on. See, their money is made and generated off being told what to do. I'm a free thinker, and the same people that's paying them to do that, I was doing the same thing, but on a smaller level. You see what I'm saying? Because everything takes funding. So when I did that party for LeBron, LeBron did it for free because he wanted the exposure. See, years ago, promoters was sought after because we promoted them. And you used to get paid by the record labels, by the artists, by the athletes. They would say, hey, man, how much you gonna charge me to put a party together and bring all the players out, bring all the bitches out? And we would charge them a number. But see, they tricked these niggas into paying artists and paying athletes to show up at a party. That was unheard of. But that was the catch-22, the flip side to the hip side. And look how this shit turned out. Niggas, oh, I ain't showing up unless you give me X, Y, and Z. Pussy, we don't need you. Tomorrow came yesterday, homie. So when I do these videos, niggas know I ain't lying. That's why you'll never hear nobody be like, oh, that nigga Big Reed. No, nigga, I know the game. I know the game. And the sad reality, suckers is treating y'all like lames. The street niggas, the street hustlers, they always had a up on the athletes and the entertainers. Because we was living it for real, homie. We was taking penitentiary chances and ducking bullets and doing all this shit for real. They was trying to emulate who we were. But they flipped the script. And they tricked these niggas into paying rappers where rappers should have been paying us to promote them. So you're going to pay a rapper, give him money, put his likeliness and image on a flyer and promote him for him to turn back around and give you his ass to kiss. Barely want to put up a flyer. You see that concept? But even now, that's running this course. Because all them niggas is out of money, homie. They trying to find a way to dispose of Jay-Z and Beyonce and get every coin back that they got on them hefty insurance policy. What kind of insurance policy you think they got on Jay-Z? Probably $250 million. Beyonce, probably $1 billion. They were more dead than alive, like Michael Jackson. Once you get to a certain point, like Whitney Houston, man, you worth more dead than alive, homie. Because once you start playing that game with them and you start getting high, going to the casinos, betting 100,000 a hand and all that shit, and the dice is set against you, the cards is set against you, you wake up the next morning, what Dana White said, man, I woke up, man, I owed the casino $10 million. Yeah, nigga, because the fix was in. That's why AI is doing commercials and doing shit he never thought he would be doing. When I tried to do that party for AI and they found out, they said, what you mean, Big Reed, doing your 50th birthday party? I think not. And I cussed AI out and called them every name in the book. And AI ain't say shit because he knew it was the truth. And that's fucked up, dog. These niggas sell their soul, their spirit for nothing. They get tricked out of everything. You ain't got to believe me, man. Just pay attention to life. Look at what's going on around you. They setting the stage to move these niggas out of the way. Wait till they start shutting down these places of higher learning and say, we no longer need colleges. You could do it from your phone. You see, they're already paying college athletes to play ball. Hey, man, welcome to the New World Order. Man, y'all just pay attention to your life. And if somebody don't act right in your life, you can't afford to let them back into your life. Because 9 times out of 10, they are programmed that's set to get next to you to destroy you. Y'all stay on point and watch your back.